Brilliance Audio.
All the Days of Summer by Nancy Thayer. Performed by Cassandra Campbell. It was Heather who hated Kaylee first. Well, she didn't actually hate Kaylee, but she wasn't sure she liked her. The first time she met her future daughter-in-law was when Heather and Wall went to a UMass Amherst football game. It was early October. The air was cool, bright, and clear, what Heather's mother had called snapping weather. The trees were changing color, putting on a brilliant display of red, orange, and yellow. And Heather had brought a container of her famous autumn chili in a tub in the styrofoam cooler to give to Ross, because that was his favorite food. Ross didn't play football, although he had in high school. Maybe because sports seemed to be the only topic he and his father could discuss without arguing. Heather and Wall had made plans for Ross and Kaylee to meet them at the inn on Boltwood in Amherst for drinks and dinner. It was pricey, but Heather guessed from her phone conversations with Ross that Kaylee might be special. Ross was handsome, tall, wide-shouldered, with curly dark hair and a great smile. He'd had plenty of girlfriends over the years, but the way Ross spoke about Kaylee, there was a warmth in his voice, a happiness. Heather hoped that Kaylee was an easy hugger because Heather was, and if Kaylee made Ross happy, Heather wanted to hug her tight. Heather and Wall got to the restaurant first and sat at their table reading the menu. Heather wore her light brown hair in a messy bun and her favorite blue cashmere sweater with jeans. Wall wore jeans, a button-down shirt, and his good LL Bean vest. Heather looked up and saw Ross and Kaylee walk in. She nudged her husband, so they were both smiling at the couple as they threaded their way between the tables. Heather noticed that everyone else in the restaurant watched the couple as they passed through, as if they were royalty. And really, Kaylee looked like Kate Middleton. Tall and slender, with long chestnut hair, green eyes, and the lanky, easy stride of a thoroughbred. Ross wore chinos and a navy blue crewneck sweater. Kaylee wore a blue and white striped dress, very classical, very nautical, with espadrilles. Her hair was held back with a blue headband, and small diamonds studded her ears. She was seriously beautiful. Heather realized as they all greeted one another that Kaylee was not the least bit worried about whether or not her boyfriend's parents liked her. She had an air about her, an aura of noblesse oblige, as if she were a princess allowing her subjects to speak with her. Heather had never known a young woman with this kind of confidence, this cool, almost icy poise. Heather didn't try to hug Kaylee. They all took their seats, boy, girl, and chatted lightly about the game. The UMass Amherst Minutemen had lost to the Eastern Michigan Eagles by 1 touchdown. "I wish they would change their name," Kaylee said. "Why?" Heather asked. "The Minutemen were a trained class of militia during the American Revolution." Kaylee ducked her head to hide a smile. "Mom." Ross widened his eyes in a give-me-a-break signal. Heather said, "Oh," and blushed. Suddenly she felt naive in front of Ross's very sophisticated girlfriend. It was not a pleasant sensation. She hoped that Wall would say something in her defense, or at least say something to change the subject. But Wall's attention was fixed on the menu. Grasping for an easy subject to discuss, she smiled at Kaylee. "Do you play sports?" Kaylee shrugged. "Not really. I sail and play tennis, of course." She laid a possessive hand on Ross's arm. "I'm going to teach Ross to sail next summer, if we have time." Heather was confused. Kaylee played tennis and sailed, but said she didn't play sports. Trying to find something in common with the young woman, Heather asked, "Do you play pickleball?" "God, no," Kaylee replied.